Alrighty, so these are my two dashboards, and so I'll just show you quickly. This is the original one out of the car. Look at the big crack in there. So rather than trying to repair that for now, I've bought this cheap second-hand one here, which is kind of, I think I might be able to do a bit of a repair on it. I kind of plan on sanding that out, filling it with bog, and then respraying. There's a few little marks down here and a couple little kind of cracks there, which I'll just kind of fill up. So my plan today is to try and fix this stuff, give it a paint. So let's see how we go. Oh yeah, and just quickly, so yeah, this one, the original one, I'm actually going to pay for someone to do it professionally, which is going to cost me nearly $1,000. So I thought in the meantime I'll just fix one up myself for a bit of fun and see how we go with it, so I can chuck that in, and then when I've got more cash we'll do the other one. I'm just starting by giving this a quick clean with the wax and grease remover. Not sure if you can tell, but I've put a tiny bit of super glue in the cracks just to stop it from breaking off, and then I've wiped it down. Oh wow, check this out. This is the body filler. It's my first time ever trying to do this. This is pretty funny actually. I filled in all the cracks and then I'll sand it and then we'll see how we go. But look at that, that's not the best job in the world. It's all good. I'm sanding this one here now, but I think it's heaps too thick. Okay, we're nearly there now. Check this out, I've rubbed it down with the wax oil. It's not looking too bad. I'm hoping these tiny little marks will disappear once I put some primer on it and then spray it black. And I've still got all this to go. Ooh. Oh, have a look, I've started to sand this monstrosity, but it's getting there. We'll just keep chugging away, we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm starting to get there with this one, but what I'm noticing is I'm going to have to put a bit more filler in it. I did a really bad job, but I guess there's only one way to learn, eh? Give it a go. Alright, I've been sanding that one, getting there. I had to put some more of the filler on that one, so I'll let that dry, then we'll sand that back. Starting to take shape though, as you can see. Okay, so here's a look. I've fine sanded that now. It'll be interesting to see if that crack does show up. As you can see though, it's been filled, so I will be putting primer on it before I paint it. But look, you can see a little hole there too. Whoops, sorry about that, there it is. So I might have to fill that in. But yeah, we're getting there. Here's a quick look at the driver's end. So there's that big crack, and then we're getting there, hey. It's going to be interesting trying to do the edge, get it flat, and I might have missed a couple of spots. There's a tiny scratch there, and where was the other one? There, maybe? But yeah, it's coming along. This is where we're at so far. So I'll just have to go over it once more with a tiny bit of filler, fill in the crack, re-sand, and then we'll be ready to prime it. So here's my last little touch-ups. Just there, fill in the last little hole there. There's a little crack there, and I think I put a little bit just up there. Oh, and on the back there. I haven't shown any sanding action yet, so here we go. Have a look at that. It's actually one of the most satisfying things I've ever done, this. Okay, here's a quick look at the dash. I finished all the sanding. I could keep going, but you know, there might be the odd little hole or scratch, but what can you do? I'm pretty stoked. So the next thing I'll do is prime it. So I've just sprayed this area on the end as a test, just with a bit of primer. See how it goes. If it looks good, then it'd be ready for the paint. Alrighty, I've got this black vinyl spray, so I'll put a quick coat on the area that I'm doing the test patch on. So I've given this 2 coats just to see how it looks. Yeah, you can still see the area where I actually had the original primer on there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to prime the rest of it, and then we'll paint a few layers on there. Alright, I decided to give it a thicker coat of primer, hoping it might hide some of the small imperfections, but I mean, you can kind of see them there. I might have to give it a little bit more of a sand, I think, just to get rid of those little dodgy sections. Okay, yeah, now that it's dried, I'm definitely going to have to give this a bit of a sand touch up and get it a bit smoother. And I'm also going to do this end down here as well, the one that I started on. Okay, I've done the final sand, and I finished it off with 1000 grit, so I've really smoothed it out now. Definitely putting the primer on and then sanding again is going to help the final product. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool, I reckon. What the hell? That last can of paint just ran out, so I'm going to have to go over with this one now. Just a light. What the hell? She got blocked. Alright, let's try again, eh? Let's have a quick look. It's not looking too bad. That paint I used is actually an undercoat, but see, it's gloss. And what I've noticed is put a little bit of a grain in the paint. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it definitely covers up any blemishes. So I think what I'll do next is paint it black. Alright, time for some black paint. Let's go. Alright, here's the first light coat. It's actually not looking too bad. I think that gloss undercoat that I put on it before has really helped, because it had texture in it, so it kind of made it a bit easier for me. Alright, second coat. Alright, after 2 coats, it's looking pretty nice actually. You can see the texture. I'm pretty stoked. So what I might do is let this dry for a little bit and then we'll do a 3rd coat. Alright, I've decided to sand down a few more spots again. Just because they were showing up a little bit after I've painted it twice. There's that, and then down the end here there's a little one, so I'm going to put some undercoat on it and then paint it, and I'm going to be done, I reckon. I don't think I can keep doing it, but yeah, it's getting there. Alright, so the dash is now painted, so let's have a quick look. After sanding it back a fair bit, I think I've done a pretty good job for a first timer. I think there's a couple of little tiny, you can just see where that crack was, but overall I'm pretty happy for my first effort. Yeah, look, you can see a couple of little marks, but alright, here's a quick comparison shot. This is the original dash down the bottom, and there's my new one at the top. So I might even repair this one myself now. Got a few more skills, but yeah, I'm really stoked with that. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vid, and you might have learned something along the way. Cheers.